Hello everyone, welcome to Arju Yoga Sadhana. It's me Arju. Hope you all are fine. As I am a student of BMS, we have to read about yoga because yoga and Ayurveda are closely related with each other. So I thought to make the video of those yoga asanas which are mainly mentioned in our syllabus so that it will be helpful for all of us. So today in this video I will try to mention all of those yoga asanas which are mainly mentioned in our syllabus. So now we are going to start those asanas. So take your mat and get ready to do yoga.
Now we are going to start from sun salutation. At first, go to the front part of your mat and come to the pranamashana. As you inhale, bend backward and come to the hasta uttanasana. As you exhale, bend forward and come to the pada hastasana. Now, take your right leg back and come to the Aswa Sanchalanasana. Take your left leg back, come to the Dandasana. Then put your knee and chest on the ground and come to the Ashtanga Namaskar. Then slowly inhale and come to Bhujanga Asana. As you exhale, come to the Adho Mukha Savasana. Stay here for 5 deep complete breaths. Now, take your right leg front and come to Aswa Sanchalanasana. Look up. Take your left leg front, come to the Pada Hastasana. Slowly inhale and come to the Hasta Uttanasana. At last, come to the Pranamasana. Now we are going to start from deep inhale and exhale. Close your eyes, put your hands on your knee. Open your eyes. Now we will start from Swastikasana. For that, make your legs straight. Bend your right leg and place its sole touching inner side of the left thigh. Bend your left leg and place its foot in between the thigh and the calf of the leg. Keep the wrist of both the hands on the respective knees. Continue normal breathing. Swastikasana is an meditative posture which stretches the hip and thigh. In Sanskrit, swastik means auspicious. It is also the name of an ancient Hindu symbol of good fortune. Swastikasana has a lot of health benefits like it helps in removing stress, increase the focus of mind and concentration, strengthen hip, knee and thigh muscles. It improves digestive health. It helps to reduce back pain and reduce lower belly fat. This is a great posture to induce calmness and meditativeness. As we sit in meditative posture, the Agya Chakra is stimulated. Those people who are suffering from severe back, hip, ankle and knee injury, surgery in back, and those who are suffering from high blood pressure should avoid this asana. Open your eyes and relax here. Now we will do Gomukhasana. For that, make your both legs straight. Bend your left leg, also bend the right leg. Put in the upper part of the left leg. Now take your right hand from up and left hand from the down. And join both hands as you see in the side of the screen. In Sanskrit, Gau means cow, Mukh means face, so it is also called the cow face posture. Gomukhasana has a lot of health benefit like it stretches your hips, relieves chronic knee pain, strengthens your spine and abdominal muscles. It provides power to your ankle, thigh, shoulder, armpit, chest and deltoid. It helps to increase blood circulation. Come back and relax. Now we will put our right leg down and left leg up. It is one of the best shoulder opener. It stretches the muscles of upper back, upper arm, chest, hip and thigh. Practice it according to comfort level of the body. People suffering from shoulder, back, neck or joint pain, migraine or spinal disorder should avoid this asana. Release your hand and relax. Now we will do Dhanurasana. At first, lie down on the mat in prone position. Fold your knee. Take your hands backward and hold your ankle. As you inhale, lift your chest off the ground and pull your legs up. In Sanskrit, Dhanur means bow and Asana means pose, so it is also known as the bow pose. It helps to stretch our entire body. It helps to calm the mind, strengthen the muscle of ankle, thigh, abdomen, throat, chest and deep hip flexure, stimulate endocrine gland. Slowly come down and relax here. We are again going to repeat it. Those persons who are suffering from severe ankle, wrist injury, high or low blood pressure should avoid this asana. Slowly exhale and come back. And then relax here. Now we will do Padmasana. For that, make your both legs straight. Hold your right leg and place it on your left thigh. Then fold your left leg and place it on your right thigh. Keep both the feet in upward position towards the floor. In Sanskrit, Padma means lotus and Asana means pose, so it is also known as lotus pose. It is also resembled like lotus. Some of its health benefits are: it increases the focus of mind and concentration, helps to stimulate the reproductive organ, strengthen hip, knee and thigh muscle, help to remove stress and anxiety. The person suffering from severe back, knee injury should avoid this asana or do under supervision. Slowly open your eyes. Now we will do Paschimottanasana. Slowly inhale and take your hands up. As you exhale, bend forward, catch your toe and toss the knee with your head. In Sanskrit, Paschim means back of your body, Uttan means bending, and Asan means pose. So, it is also called forward bend pose. In this asana, upper body bends forward from the back. It helps in improved digestive health, strength lower back, improve circulatory system and cardiovascular health. Slowly inhale and come up and relax here. We are again going to repeat it. Those persons who are suffering from severe back, hip and shoulder injury, high and low blood pressure should avoid this asana. Slowly come back and relax here. Now we will do Kukutasana. At first, make your both legs straight. Then sit in Padmasana. Now put your arms in between the gap of calf muscles and thigh. Your fingers should be open and place your arm on the ground. As you inhale, lift your whole body by pressing the floor with palm. In Sanskrit, Kukut means cock and Asan means pose. So, it is also called cock pose. It helps to strengthen the shoulder, arm, chest and stomach, tones the tricep and biceps muscles, reduce belly fat. The person suffering from wrist, ankle, knee, hip injury should avoid this asana. Now, slowly sit down, take your hands back and relax here. Now we will do Ardha Matsyendra Asana. For that, make your legs straight and erect spine. Now, bend your left leg from the knee and place your left foot behind your right hip. Then, bring your right leg and place it over the left leg knee. Put the right hand on the ground and catch the toe of right leg with the left hand. Then, look in right direction. This asana is named after the great yogi Matsyendranath. It is also called half spine twist pose. It helps to strengthen the spine, abdomen, shoulder, knee, ankle and thigh, reduce back pain, improve kidney and liver function, reduce belly fat. Slowly release hand, make the legs straight, and we are again going to repeat it. Now bend the right leg and put the left leg over it. Put left hand on the ground and catch the toe of left leg by right hand. Those who are suffering from severe back, knee, hip and shoulder injury, recently any surgery on back, spinal column should avoid this asana. Also having high blood pressure should avoid this asana. Come back and relax here. Now we will do Siddhasana. For that, make your both legs straight. Put your left leg on the corner of thigh muscles and right foot over your left foot. Slide your right foot toe in between the left calf muscles. Place your hand and knee, make your back straight and relax here. In Sanskrit, Siddha means achieve, accomplish, and Asan means pose, so also called accomplished pose. It helps to remove stress, increase focus of mind and concentration, helps to reduce back pain, reduce lower belly fat, improve digestive health, and it helps to strengthen hip, knee and thigh muscles. Those persons who are suffering from knee, ankle, hip injuries should avoid this asana. Now we will do Bhadrasana. At first, make your both legs straight. Now, join your both feet. Catch your feet with hand and pull it as much as closer. Close your eyes and relax here. It helps to stretch the thigh, legs and back muscles, improve the functioning of organ, develop flexibility of legs, improve digestion, activate Muladhara chakra, develop brain power, improve focus and concentration, ease delivery, labor during childbirth. The person who are suffering from sciatica should avoid this asana. Slowly open your eyes and come back to the Sukhasana. Now we will do Sarvangasana. Lie down in supine position. Slowly inhale and take your legs up. Support your back with your hands and hold the body. Make your legs straight. It is also known as soldier stand pose. In Sanskrit, Sarva means all, Anga means body part and limbs, and Asana means pose. In this asana, every part of the body is involved. It helps to strengthen the hip, shoulder, neck, abdomen, knee and thigh muscles, prevent diabetes, helps to reduce back pain, prevent asthma, increase the focus of mind and concentration, reduce lower body fat. The person who are suffering from severe back, wrist, knee, shoulder and neck injury and having high blood pressure should avoid this asana. Slowly make your legs down and come to Savasana and then relax here. Now we will do Halasana. For that, take your legs up, then bend your legs back and try to touch the floor with your toe. Interlock your both hands. In Sanskrit, Hal means plow and Asan means pose. So, it is also known as plow pose because it resembles like plow. It helps to strengthen the shoulder, abdomen and spine, improves cardiovascular health, prevent menstrual irregularities, improve blood circulation, reduce belly fat. And those persons who are suffering from neck, shoulder, hip, and back injury should avoid this asana. Now from here, we will do Karnapidasana. Slowly bend your legs and put them on the side of your. It helps to calm the mind, remove stress, improve circulation, strengthen the muscle of ankle, thigh, abdomen, throat, chest and the deep high hip flexure, improve flexibility of spine, stimulate endocrine gland. The person who are suffering from neck, shoulder, back injuries should avoid this asana. Slowly take your legs up, come back to Halasana, and from here, slowly come back to Savasana and relax here. Now we will do Pavan Muktasana. For that, lie down in supine position. Bring your both legs up, bend and hug them tightly. Then, try to touch your knee with your head. In Sanskrit, Pavan means wind, Mukta means relieving, and Asana means pose. So, it is also known as wind relieving pose because it helps to relieve gas from our body. It helps to improve blood circulation, reduce belly fat, prevent constipation, strengthen the neck and shoulders. Slowly put your head on the floor and make your legs straight. Now we will do Ardha Pavan Muktasana. It means we will do through only one leg. Bend your right leg and hug it. Then try to touch your knee with your head. The person who are suffering from hip, back, knee, wrist and neck injury should avoid this asana. Put your head on the ground. Make your leg straight. Now we will do same from another leg. Put your head on the ground. Make your both legs straight. Come to the Savasana and relax here. Now we will do Bhujangasana. Lie down on your stomach. Place your hands on the side of your chest. As you inhale, lift your chest slowly from the floor and try to keep your hands straight. Make your upper body weight on your hip, thigh and legs. In Sanskrit, Bhujanga means serpent or snake and Asana means pose. It is also known as cobra pose. It helps in stretching the full body, calm the mind, strengthen the muscle of legs and abs. As you exhale, slowly come down. We are again going to repeat it. Slowly inhale and lift your chest up. It helps to remove lower back pain, prevents constipation, improve respiratory health, improve flexibility of spine, and the person who are suffering from severe back, shoulder pain should avoid this asana. Slowly exhale and come down. Make your hand straight and relax here. Now we will do Vajrasana. Slowly fold your legs from your knee and your toes should touch your butt. And your toes should touch each other and your foot should face upward direction. As you see on the side of the screen, place your hand on your lap and palms should face downward direction. Make your spine straight and breathe normally. In Sanskrit, Vajra means diamond and Asana means pose. We cannot do other asana after having meal, but we can do this asana after having meal because it is very effective for digestion and digestive health. It helps in relaxing the stress, calm the mind, strengthen the muscle of legs, toe and knee, improve the flexibility of spine, prevent constipation. The person who are suffering from severe knee pain, ankle pain and any injury on leg and wrist should avoid this asana. Now we will do Supta Vajrasana. At first, sit in Vajrasana. Make your back straight. Place your palm on the floor and your fingers should point to the front. As you inhale, slowly bend your body to the back and put your head on the ground. Then relax here. In Sanskrit, Supta means reclined, Vajra means thunderbolt, and Asana means pose. So, it is also known as reclined thunderbolt pose. It helps in stretching the back and abdominal muscles, improve digestive health, strengthen ankle, hip and thigh, improve blood circulation, improve cardiovascular health, kidney and liver function. The person suffering from severe back, hip, ankle and shoulder injury, suffering from hernia should avoid this asana. To release from this, put your hand on the floor. Slowly push the floor with elbow and come back to Vajrasana. Now we will do Chakrasana. Lie down on your back. Bend your knee and place your feet near the hip. Place your palm under the shoulder. Now, inhale and try to lift your body from the shoulder by pressing your palm on the floor. Your spine should be rolled up. In Sanskrit, chakra means wheel and asana means pose. So, it is also called wheel pose. It helps to strengthen the back and abdominal muscles, tone the leg and arm muscles, improve blood circulation, helps to prevent hernia, improve cardiovascular health, blood circulation, kidney and liver function. The person suffering from severe back, neck, shoulder, knee, elbow, wrist injury, spinal column alignment on the lower vertebral should avoid this asana. Exhale and slowly place your body on the ground and then relax here. Now we will do Yoga Mudra. For that, make your both legs straight. Sit in Padmasana. Now make your hands back and catch each other as you see in the side of the screen. Then, as you inhale, slowly bend downward and try to touch the ground. It helps to stretch the posterior muscles of trunk and neck. Favorable effect on visceral due to deep interabdominal compression. Improve the health of abdomen and pelvic organs due to good blood circulation and drainage. Ascending and descending colon get good pressure, so help in constipation. The person suffering from spinal injury, severe back pain, hypertension, hernia, high myopia, stiffness of back and joints should avoid this asana. Slowly inhale and come up, then relax here. Now we will do Matsyasana. At first, sit in Padmasana. Then, slowly bend backward. Put your head on the ground and try to lift the upper body up. Catch your toe and stay here. In Sanskrit, Matsya means fish and Asana means pose. So, it is also called fish pose. It helps to relieve tension in your neck, throat and shoulder. Stimulate the organ of your belly and throat. Straighten your upper back and back of your neck. The person suffering from high or low blood pressure, neck injury should avoid this asana. Release your hand, put your head on the ground, then make your legs straight and relax here. Now we will do Sirsasana. Place your forearm on the floor and lock the fingers. Your elbows should be straight to the shoulder. Place your crown of the head, supported by fingers on the floor, and make your knee straight. Lift your legs up and try to balance it. It is one of the iconic poses in yoga. It helps to improve blood flow to the brain, improves brain and eye function, helpful for adrenal gland and kidney, improve the blood flow to the neck, face and head, improve concentration and boost the memory power. Those who are suffering from neck injury, high blood pressure, stroke, headache, glaucoma should avoid this asana. Slowly put your leg at the ground, come to Balasana and relax here. Now we will do Strasana. At first, sit in Vajrasana, then slowly come up from knee. Place your palm on your feet and try to keep your arm stretched. In Sanskrit, Ushtra means camel and Asan means pose, so it is also called camel pose. It helps to stretch the full body, remove stress, reduce the fat from thigh area, stretch the muscle of leg, toe and knee, helps to remove lower back pain. Slowly release your hand and relax in Balasana. We are again going to repeat it. Come up from knee. Put your hands on your feet. It helps to improve the health of the respiratory system, stimulate endocrine gland. The person suffering from severe back, neck injury, high blood pressure should avoid this asana. Put your hands on your hip, then come back to Balasana and relax here. Slowly inhale, come up and sit in Vajrasana. Now we will do Setu Bandhasana. Lie down on your back. Slowly bend your legs and put them close to your hip. As you inhale, lift your hip and chest up from the floor. Interlock your hand and stay here. In Sanskrit, Setu Bandha means bridge and Asana means pose. So, it is also called bridge pose. It helps in stretching the chest, neck, spine and hip, improve blood circulation, stimulate thyroid gland, lungs and abdominal organs, strengthen back, bottom and hamstring. Slowly put your spine down and rest here. We are again going to repeat it. The person suffering from severe back, shoulder, knee and hip injury, high and low blood pressure should avoid this asana. Roll your spine to the floor, make your legs straight, then relax here. Now we will do Trikonasana. Stand straight and make your legs apart. Make your right leg facing towards side and left leg towards front. Inhale and take your hands up. As you exhale, slowly bend down, catch your right leg and look up. It helps to straighten the leg, knee, ankle, arm and chest. Stretch and open the hip, hamstring, shoulder, chest and spine. Increase mental and physical equilibrium. If you feel hard, then you can also look front. Otherwise, you can look up. Slowly inhale and come up. Put your hands down and stand straight. Now we will do same on the other side. Take your hands up, bend down and catch your foot. The person suffering from migraine, diarrhea, high or low blood pressure, neck and back injury should avoid this asana. The person suffering from high blood pressure can do without raising their head up. Slowly come up. Put your hands down and stand straight, then relax here. Now we will do Padahastasana. Stand straight. As you inhale, slowly take your hands up. Exhale and bend forward. Toss in the floor or catch your leg. Try to touch your knee with your head. It helps to massage the digestive organ, alleviate flatulence, constipation and indigestion, improve the metabolism, improve concentration, helps in nasal and throat disease. People having injury in the hip, back, leg, shoulder and neck muscles and joints should avoid this asana. Slowly inhale, come up and then relax here. Now we will do Ardha Chakrasana. For that, stand straight, put your hands on your back for the support. Slowly inhale and bend backward, then stay here. In Sanskrit, Ardha means half, Chakrasana means wheel pose. It helps to tone the arm and shoulder muscle, stretch the front upper torso, helps to stretch the muscle of back. Slowly exhale and come up. We are again going to repeat it. Inhale, bend backward. The person suffering from serious hip and spinal problems should avoid this asana. Pregnant women should also avoid this asana. Exhale, come up and relax here. Finally, at last, we will do Savasana. To do it, at first lie down on your back, separate your legs, put your hands on this side facing upward, then relax here. This is final resting pose at the end of yoga practice. It helps to calm central nervous system, mind and reduce stress, helps lower blood pressure, reduce headache, fatigue and anxiety, helps to reduce insomnia. This posture leaves you in a state of rejuvenation. It is a perfect way to end a yoga session. We should do Savasana at least 10 to 15 minutes.
This way we have completed almost all of those yogasans which are mainly mentioned in our syllabus. Hope it will be helpful for you. At last, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay healthy, stay fit. See you soon in next video. Till now, bye bye.